Have you ever seen a machine so massive that it makes a two-story house look small? What if I told you there's a truck so powerful it can haul 400 tons in a single trip? Meet the Caterpillar 797F, the monster of the mining world. A machine so gigantic and expensive that even its tires cost more than a luxury car. But how was it built? How much fuel does it burn? And why is it worth millions of dollars? Stay until the end to find out. And if you love insane machines, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now. Imagine a machine so big that it dwarfs even the largest pickup trucks. A vehicle so massive that just standing next to its tires makes a grown adult look like a child. This isn't science fiction. It's the Caterpillar 797F, the biggest truck Caterpillar has ever built. It's not just big, it's a monster designed to dominate the mining industry, moving unimaginable amounts of earth with every trip. But what makes it so special? Why does the world need a machine of this scale? And what does it take to operate something this enormous? Let's dive deep into the world of the Caterpillar 797F. First, let's talk about size. The 797F stands over 6 meters tall, about the height of a two-story building. That's just the top of the cab. If you measure from the ground to the top of its dump bed when raised, it reaches nearly 15 meters, taller than a 5-story building. And it's not just tall. This beast stretches more than 15 meters in length and nearly 10 meters in width. That's wider than a semi-truck and longer than a city bus. Just imagine driving something this huge. Now think about the weight. Even when empty, the 797F weighs around 270 tons. But when fully loaded, this thing carries up to 400 tons of material, bringing its total weight to an absolutely staggering 687 tons. That's heavier than a fully loaded Boeing 747. The sheer mass of this machine is mind-blowing. It's built to handle the heaviest mining loads on the planet, transporting rocks, minerals and debris from massive open pit mines. But let's pause for a second. Why does Caterpillar even make a truck this big? The answer is efficiency. In the mining industry, time is money, and moving materials faster means bigger profits. Instead of using multiple smaller trucks to transport material, companies rely on these giants to move huge amounts in a single trip. The 797F's enormous capacity means fewer trips, less fuel wasted, and more productivity. In a world where mining operations demand extreme efficiency, this truck is an absolute game changer. And speaking of fuel, let's talk about what it takes to power this beast. The 797F runs on a monstrous Caterpillar 3516E engine, a 16-cylinder, 4-stroke diesel engine that generates an earth-shaking 4,000 horsepower. That's more than 10 times the power of a supercar. This engine isn't just about brute force. It's designed for endurance, built to operate in the toughest conditions on the planet, from scorching deserts to freezing Arctic mines. And here's something even crazier. It has a fuel tank that holds over 3,800 liters of diesel. That's enough fuel to fill up nearly 80 pickup trucks. But power means nothing without control. You might think driving something this big is a nightmare, but the 797F is surprisingly well engineered for smooth operation. The truck features an advanced automatic transmission system with 7 gears, allowing it to reach speeds of up to 68 km/h. Now, that may not sound fast, but for a truck carrying hundreds of tons, that's impressive. Imagine a vehicle this huge rolling down a mining road at nearly 70 km/h. The sheer force of something that size moving at that speed is unimaginable. And let's not forget about safety. When you're dealing with a vehicle this large, stopping is just as important as going. The 797F comes equipped with an advanced braking system that includes massive disc brakes, along with an engine braking system to slow it down safely on steep declines. Mining companies rely on these safety features to prevent accidents, ensuring that operators can control the truck even under extreme conditions. But here's a crazy fact. Some of these trucks don't even need a driver. That's right, Caterpillar has been developing autonomous versions of the 797F that operate without a human in the cab. These self-driving mining trucks use GPS, radar, and onboard sensors to navigate mining sites completely on their own. Imagine an army of these massive machines running 24/7, hauling tons of material without ever stopping for breaks or shifts. This isn't the future. It's happening right now in some of the biggest mining operations in the world. Now, let's talk about cost. If you're thinking about buying one of these giants, get ready to spend big. The Caterpillar 797F comes with a price tag of over $5 million per unit, and that's just the base price. Operating costs add up quickly. A single tire for this truck costs around $40,000, and it needs 6 of them. Just keeping one of these machines running requires an entire team of mechanics, constant maintenance, and a steady supply of fuel and parts. But for mining companies, the investment is worth it. The amount of material these trucks move translates to millions of dollars in revenue every year. So what does it take to drive a Caterpillar 797F? First, you need special training. Operating a machine this big isn't like driving a regular truck. The controls are complex, and the conditions in a mining environment are extremely demanding. Drivers must learn how to maneuver through tight spaces, handle massive loads, and react to unpredictable terrain. And because these trucks operate in some of the harshest conditions on Earth, drivers must be prepared for long hours in extreme heat, freezing cold, and even heavy dust storms. But the experience of driving one of these monsters is like nothing else. Sitting inside the cab, high above the ground, you feel like you're piloting a spaceship. The dashboard is filled with high-tech screens, displaying everything from fuel levels to terrain conditions. The steering wheel is massive, and the power of the engine vibrates through the entire cabin. When you step on the accelerator, you don't feel a sudden burst of speed like in a sports car. You feel an unstoppable force, slowly gaining momentum, a mechanical giant waking up to do its job. And here's something that will blow your mind. Caterpillar designed the 797F to last decades. With proper maintenance, these machines can operate for over 100,000 hours. That's more than 11 years of continuous work. Some mining companies even rebuild their trucks after heavy use, replacing parts and overhauling engines to keep them running for even longer. The lifespan of these trucks is a testament to Caterpillar's engineering and the demand for extreme durability in the mining industry. But even with all this power, size, and technology, there's one thing that really makes the Caterpillar 7997F special. It represents the absolute limit of what humans can build for land transportation. It's a symbol of our ability to create machines that push the boundaries of engineering. From the materials used in its construction to the technology that powers it, every part of this truck is designed to operate at an extreme level. And that's why it remains one of the most fascinating machines on the planet. So the next time you see a big truck on the road, just remember there's a machine out there so massive that it makes even the biggest highway trucks look tiny. And that machine is the Caterpillar 797F. It all started with a vision. Mining companies around the world needed a machine that could carry more, last longer, and operate in the most extreme environments on the planet. In the late 1990s, Caterpillar set out to build something that had never been seen before, a mining truck so massive that it would change the industry forever. That vision led to the creation of the Caterpillar 797 series, a line of trucks designed to be the kings of open-pit mining. But how did it all begin? How did this machine evolve into the giant it is today? Let's take a journey through the history of the Caterpillar 797. The story begins in 1998, when Caterpillar introduced the first model in the series, the original 797. At the time, mining trucks were big, but nothing like this. The 797 was revolutionary. It was Caterpillar's first entry into the ultra-class truck market, competing with giants like the Komatsu 930E. But what made it so different? Size. The original 797 was designed from the ground up to be the biggest, strongest, and most efficient mining truck ever built. It could carry 360 tons of material, far more than any Caterpillar truck before it. But the real innovation wasn't just its size, it was the power behind it. The first 797 was powered by a monstrous 24-cylinder diesel engine that produced 3,400 horsepower. This engine was custom-built by Caterpillar's engineers because no existing engine on the market was powerful enough to move such a massive machine. The truck was also designed with a mechanical drive system instead of an electric one, which set it apart from many competitors. Most mining trucks at the time relied on electric drive systems, where the diesel engine generated electricity to power the wheels. But Caterpillar took a different approach, using a traditional mechanical transmission that delivered power directly to the wheels. This gave the 797 better control, improved efficiency, and more reliability in the long run. But the first generation of the 797 wasn't perfect. It was a groundbreaking machine, but it had its challenges. The massive 24-cylinder engine, while powerful, was expensive to maintain and consumed enormous amounts of fuel. Caterpillar engineers knew they could do better. They took everything they learned from the first model and went back to the drawing board. In 2002, they released the 797B, an upgraded version of the original truck. The 797B was a game changer. Caterpillar replaced the old 24-cylinder engine with a more efficient 16-cylinder engine, the Caterpillar 3524B, which delivered 3,250 horsepower. This new engine was designed to be more fuel efficient while still delivering massive power, but the improvements didn't stop there. The 797B also introduced new hydraulic and braking systems, making it easier to control even when carrying massive loads. With the payload capacity increased to 380 tons, it quickly became one of the most sought-after trucks in the mining industry. During the early 2000s, mining operations continued to expand, and the demand for ultra-class trucks grew even stronger. Companies needed machines that could handle larger loads and operate in even harsher environments. Caterpillar knew they had to push the limits once again. In 2009, they introduced the next evolution of the series, the 797F. The 797F was the result of years of research, engineering, and real-world testing. It was bigger, stronger, and more powerful than any truck Caterpillar had ever built. One of the biggest changes was its new Cat 3516E engine, a 16-cylinder powerhouse delivering an incredible 4,000 horsepower, the most powerful engine ever installed in a Caterpillar mining truck. This engine was not only stronger, but also more fuel efficient, helping mining companies save money while moving even more material. But the 797F wasn't just about power. It also featured major advancements in technology and safety. The new suspension system made the ride smoother for operators, reducing fatigue and improving performance. The braking system was upgraded to handle extreme downhill loads, making it safer in high-risk mining environments. And perhaps most importantly, the 797F was designed for autonomous operation, meaning it could be used with Caterpillar's self-driving technology, allowing mining companies to run fleets of these trucks without human drivers. Over the years, the 797 series has continued to dominate the mining industry. As mines get bigger and deeper, these trucks remain an essential part of operations around the world. Today, the 797F is the standard for ultra-class mining trucks, used in some of the largest mining sites on the planet. From the vast oil sands of Canada to the open-pit mines of South America, the 797F continues to move millions of tons of material every year. But what does the future hold? Mining technology is evolving rapidly, and Caterpillar is constantly working on the next generation of these machines. Autonomous technology is becoming more advanced, allowing these trucks to operate 24/7 without human intervention. Future models could see even greater fuel efficiency, electric powertrains, or even hybrid technology. The goal is always the same: move more material, reduce costs, and increase efficiency. Looking back at the history of the 797 series, it's clear that Caterpillar didn't just build a truck. They built a legacy, a machine that redefined what was possible in the mining industry. From the original 797 in 1998 to the powerhouse that is the 797F today, this truck has proven time and time again that it is the king of ultra-class mining trucks. And the story isn't over yet. The world's demand for raw materials continues to grow, and with it, the need for even bigger and better machines. The Caterpillar 797 may be a giant today, but who knows what the next evolution will bring. One thing is certain, Caterpillar will continue to push the limits of engineering, and the mining industry will never be the same. If you thought luxury cars were expensive, wait until you hear the price of the Caterpillar 797F. This is not just a truck, it's a multi-million-dollar investment. A single unit of this giant mining machine costs around $5 million, and that's just the base price. With custom configurations, advanced features, and extra maintenance packages, the final cost can go even higher. But why does it cost so much? What makes this machine worth millions of dollars? Let's break it down and find out. First, let's talk about what you're getting for that price. The 797F is not just a vehicle, it's a massive piece of industrial engineering. Everything about it is built to handle extreme loads, extreme environments, and extreme conditions. This is not a truck you drive on normal roads. It operates in some of the most challenging mining sites in the world, where reliability is more important than anything else. Every part of the 797F is designed for durability, power, and efficiency, and that level of engineering doesn't come cheap. One of the biggest cost factors is the engine. The Caterpillar 3516E V16 diesel engine inside the 797F is a mechanical beast. It produces an incredible 4,000 horsepower, enough power to move a machine that weighs over 600 tons when fully loaded. This engine is custom built for maximum performance in mining operations, designed to run for thousands of hours without failure. It's not just about power, it's about endurance. Mining companies can't afford breakdowns, so every component of this engine is made to last under extreme stress. That level of engineering and reliability drives up the cost significantly. Then there's the transmission system. The 797F uses a mechanical transmission, unlike many other mining trucks that use electric drive systems. This means Caterpillar had to develop a custom-built, heavy-duty transmission that can handle the incredible torque produced by the engine. The result? A 7-speed planetary transmission that delivers smooth power transfer, making sure this massive truck can move efficiently even on steep inclines. Developing and manufacturing a system like this is complex and expensive. Now let's talk about the tires. You won't find these tires at your local auto shop. The Caterpillar 797F runs on 6 massive radial tires, each one measuring over 4 meters, 13 feet tall. These tires are specially designed to withstand the enormous weight of the truck and the harsh conditions of mining sites. But here's the crazy part. Each tire costs around $40,000. That means just replacing all 6 tires will set you back $240,000, almost the price of a high-end supercar. And these tires don't last forever. Depending on the terrain and usage, they may need to be replaced every 6 to 12 months. Maintenance is another major cost factor. A truck like the 797F requires constant maintenance to keep running efficiently. Regular servicing includes oil changes, hydraulic system checks, transmission inspections, and engine diagnostics. The cost of maintaining a fleet of these trucks can reach millions of dollars per year. Mining companies hire specialized technicians who work full-time just to keep these machines in top shape. And when something breaks, the repair bills can be astronomical. A single engine overhaul can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, but that's not all. Just getting the 797F to a mining site is an expensive process. This truck is so big that it cannot be transported in one piece. When a company buys a 797F, it is shipped in separate parts and assembled on site. Moving these massive components requires special transport trucks, cranes, and skilled workers. The logistics of just getting one of these trucks operational can add hundreds of thousands of dollars to the total cost. Then there's the fuel consumption. The 797F burns an incredible amount of diesel. On average, it consumes about 350 liters, 92 gallons, per hour when fully loaded. That's more than 8,000 liters, 2,100 gallons of diesel per day if it runs 24/7. With fuel prices constantly changing, operating costs can fluctuate wildly. Over its lifetime, a single 797F can burn millions of dollars worth of fuel. You might be wondering, if this truck is so expensive to buy and maintain, why do mining companies invest in it? The answer is simple: profitability. The 797F is not a luxury, it's a money-making machine. In large mining operations, efficiency is everything. A single 797F can move over 400 tons of material per trip, allowing mining companies to transport massive amounts of resources faster and more efficiently. This translates to millions of dollars in revenue per year. Even with the high initial cost and expensive maintenance, the 797F pays for itself over time by increasing productivity and reducing the need for multiple smaller trucks. And let's not forget about the latest autonomous technology. Some mining companies are now equipping their fleets with self-driving versions of the 797F. These autonomous trucks can operate 24/7 without needing human drivers, reducing labor costs and increasing efficiency. However, these advanced systems come with an extra price tag, pushing the total cost of a fully autonomous 797F even higher. When you add up everything, the initial purchase price, maintenance, fuel, tires, transportation, and labor costs, owning a fleet of 797Fs becomes a multi-million-dollar investment. But for mining companies, it's an investment that brings massive returns. So next time you see a price tag on an expensive car, just remember, there's a truck out there that costs more than an entire parking lot full of Ferraris, and that truck is the Caterpillar 797F. Imagine carrying the weight of 2 blue whales in a single trip. That's the kind of power we're talking about with the Caterpillar 797F. This isn't just any truck, it's a giant of the mining world, built to haul an unbelievable 400 tons of material in one go. That's 800,000 pounds of rock, dirt, or ore, moved effortlessly across some of the harshest environments on Earth. But how does it achieve this? How does it manage to transport such an extreme load without breaking down? Let's take a closer look at the mind-blowing capacity of the 797F. To put 400 tons into perspective, imagine loading up 250 standard cars onto the truck's dump bed and hauling them all at once. Or picture 4 Boeing 737 airplanes worth of weight being moved in a single trip. The numbers are staggering. In the world of mining, efficiency is everything, and the ability to move massive amounts of material in one trip can mean the difference between millions in profit or loss. That's why the 797F was engineered to handle such gigantic payloads. One of the key reasons the 797F can carry so much weight is its super strong chassis and frame. The entire truck is built using ultra-durable, high-strength steel, specifically designed to handle extreme loads without cracking or bending under pressure. This frame acts like the skeleton of the truck, ensuring that even with 400 tons of material on board, the structure remains solid and stable. Caterpillar engineers designed the frame to distribute the weight evenly, preventing stress points that could lead to damage over time. But lifting and carrying 400 tons is only part of the challenge. The truck also has to dump that massive load quickly and efficiently. The 797F's hydraulic dump system is one of the most powerful in the world. With the press of a button, massive hydraulic cylinders lift the entire dump bed, tilting it back to unload hundreds of tons of material in seconds. This quick unloading process allows mining companies to keep operations moving non-stop, reducing downtime and increasing productivity. Another crucial factor that allows the 797F to handle such a heavy load is its tire technology. Each of its 6 massive radial tires is custom-built to withstand extreme weight and rough terrain. Standing at over 13 feet, 4 meters tall, these tires are reinforced with advanced materials to prevent punctures and wear, even when carrying a full load. Without these specially designed tires, a truck this heavy wouldn't be able to move efficiently or safely across the rocky surfaces of open pit mines. Now, you might be wondering, how does a machine carrying 400 tons even move? The answer lies in its incredible engine power. The 797F is powered by a Caterpillar 3516E diesel engine, a 16-cylinder monster generating an astonishing 4,000 horsepower. This engine provides the raw power needed to move massive loads uphill, across rough terrain, and through some of the most extreme conditions on Earth. It's designed for constant operation, meaning it can run for thousands of hours without stopping, keeping mining sites running at maximum efficiency. But here's something even crazier. Even with a full 400-ton load, the 797F can still reach speeds of up to 68 km/h, 42 km/h. That's faster than most people expect for a vehicle of this size and weight. While it may not sound like much, when you realize this truck is heavier than a fully loaded Boeing 747, it becomes clear just how powerful the engineering behind it really is. The weight of the load isn't just about carrying, it also affects stopping power. Bringing a fully loaded 797F to a stop is a serious challenge. That's why Caterpillar equipped it with an advanced braking system featuring 4 enormous disc brakes and an engine braking system. These components work together to safely slow down and stop the truck, even when descending steep mining roads with hundreds of tons on board. Without this advanced braking technology, controlling a vehicle this massive would be nearly impossible. Mining companies rely on the 797F's incredible payload capacity to move enormous amounts of material every day. In a single shift, just one of these trucks can transport thousands of tons of ore. Multiply that by an entire fleet of 797Fs operating 24/7, and you begin to understand why this truck is considered one of the most valuable machines in the mining industry. The ability to haul massive amounts of material in fewer trips translates to lower operational costs, higher efficiency, and bigger profits. And here's a mind-blowing fact. Over the lifespan of one 797F, it can move hundreds of millions of tons of material. That's enough rock and ore to fill entire stadiums or even build entire cities. Every day, these machines are shaping the landscapes of mining sites around the world, powering industries and fueling economies. So the next time you see a dump truck on the road, just remember, there's a machine out there that makes even the biggest highway trucks look tiny. And that machine is the Caterpillar 797F, a true engineering marvel capable of carrying some of the heaviest loads on the planet. Power, raw, unstoppable power. That's what drives the Caterpillar 797F, a machine so massive that it needs an engine capable of moving an entire mountain. When you look at this mining truck, you're not just looking at a vehicle. You're looking at one of the most powerful land machines ever built. But what makes it so strong? How does it generate the sheer force needed to move hundreds of tons of material up steep hills and across rough terrain? Let's dive deep into the monstrous power behind the Caterpillar 797F. At the heart of this beast lies the Caterpillar 3516E engine, a 16-cylinder diesel powerhouse engineered for extreme performance. This isn't an ordinary truck engine. It's a 4,000 horsepower mechanical giant designed to operate in some of the harshest mining environments on the planet. To put that into perspective, this engine produces more power than 10 Ferrari supercars combined. It's not just about speed, it's about brute force, the ability to move unimaginable loads without hesitation. But let's talk numbers. The Caterpillar 3516E engine has a displacement of 78 liters, 4,764 cubic inches. That's nearly 40 times larger than the engine in an average car. The massive pistons inside this engine fire with incredible force, generating a staggering 14,000 Nm, 10,300 lb-ft of torque. That's enough torque to tear apart a regular truck transmission if it were ever connected to it. This level of power is necessary because the 797F, when fully loaded, weighs over 687 tons, more than a fully fueled Boeing 747. Moving something that heavy isn't just difficult, it requires an engine that operates on an entirely different level. Fueling this monster takes a ridiculous amount of diesel. The 797F consumes around 350 liters, 92 gallons of fuel per hour when working at full capacity. That means in a single day of continuous operation, it can burn through more than 8,000 liters, 200 gallons of fuel. To keep up with this demand, the truck is equipped with a massive 3,785-liter, 1,000-gallon fuel tank, which is larger than the fuel tanks of some airplanes. And while this fuel consumption might seem extreme, it's the price to pay for the sheer performance the 797F delivers. But power is nothing without control. That's where the 7-speed planetary transmission comes in. Unlike many other mining trucks that use an electric drive system, the 797F uses a mechanical transmission, meaning all that raw engine power is directly transferred to the wheels. This gives the truck better acceleration, improved efficiency, and more responsive handling, even when carrying hundreds of tons of material. Every shift of the transmission is engineered to optimize power delivery, allowing the truck to climb steep inclines while fully loaded without losing momentum. Now let's talk about speed. Even though the 797F is carrying insane amounts of weight, it can still reach speeds of up to 68 km/h, 42 mph. That might not sound fast at first, but when you realize this truck is heavier than a commercial airplane, it becomes clear just how incredible that is. Imagine watching a 600-ton machine moving at highway speeds. It's an engineering marvel that defies logic. And here's something even crazier. Despite its massive size, the 797F's engine is designed for continuous operation. Unlike a regular truck engine that needs frequent rest, the Caterpillar 3516E is built to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for years. That's because mining operations never stop. These trucks are expected to move millions of tons of material every year, and downtime costs companies millions of dollars. To keep everything running smoothly, Caterpillar designed the 797F with advanced cooling systems, high-performance filters, and industrial-grade lubricants, ensuring that the engine remains at peak performance even under extreme stress. But power isn't just about moving forward, it's also about stopping. Bringing a machine this heavy to a stop requires a high-tech braking system. The 797F is equipped with 4 massive oil-cooled disc brakes, which provide consistent stopping power even when the truck is descending steep mining roads. These brakes work alongside an engine braking system, which helps slow down the truck by reducing power instead of relying solely on the wheel brakes. Without this system, trying to stop a fully loaded 797F would be nearly impossible. And the future, the 797F is already one of the most powerful mining trucks in the world, but Caterpillar is constantly pushing the limits. With advancements in hybrid technology and electric powertrains, we may soon see an even more powerful version of this machine, one that delivers the same insane performance with greater efficiency and lower emissions. Mining companies are also integrating autonomous technology, allowing fleets of 797Fs to operate without human drivers, further maximizing their productivity. The Caterpillar 797F is more than just a truck. It's a mechanical titan, a masterpiece of engineering designed to handle the toughest jobs on the planet. Whether it's hauling massive loads, climbing impossible terrain, or running non-stop for years, the 797F stands as a testament to what's possible when power meets precision. So the next time you think about big trucks, remember, there's a machine out there so powerful that it makes everything else look small. And that machine is the Caterpillar 797F. Fuel, the lifeblood of any machine. But when you're dealing with a monster like the Caterpillar 797F, fuel consumption reaches levels that seem almost impossible. This is not a truck that sips fuel, it devours it. Every hour, the 797F burns through an astonishing 350 liters, 92 gallons, of diesel. That means in a single workday, running continuously, it can consume more than 8,000 liters, 2,100 gallons, of fuel. Imagine filling up over 160 pickup trucks every single day, just to keep one of these giants running. But why does it need so much fuel? Where does all that energy go? Let's break down the absurd fuel consumption of the Caterpillar 797F. First, let's start with the engine. The 797F is powered by a Caterpillar 35116E, a 16-cylinder diesel engine that generates an earth-shaking 4,000 horsepower. This engine is designed to move a fully loaded 797F, weighing over 687 tons, more than a fully fueled Boeing 747. Moving that much weight is not just difficult, it's a battle against physics. Every time the truck accelerates, it requires an enormous amount of fuel to generate the power needed to overcome that massive inertia. But it's not just about moving forward. Mining trucks don't cruise on smooth highways. They operate in some of the roughest environments on Earth. Uneven terrain, steep inclines, and loose rock all create rolling resistance, which means the engine has to work even harder, burning even more fuel to maintain speed. Imagine pushing a shopping cart on a smooth floor. It moves easily. Now imagine pushing it through deep sand. That's what a 797F deals with every single day, except instead of a cart, it's carrying 400 tons of material. And then there's the weight of the truck itself. Even when empty, the 797F still weighs 270 tons, requiring fuel just to move its own massive frame. Unlike highway trucks, which are designed for aerodynamics and fuel efficiency, the 797F is built for durability and strength. It doesn't cut through the air like a sports car. It plows through it, requiring even more power and fuel consumption just to maintain speed. Now let's talk about idling. In a mining operation, these trucks don't just stop when they're not moving material. They often idle while waiting in line to be loaded, during brief pauses in operations, or when operators are switching shifts. Even at idle, the massive 16-cylinder engine is still burning fuel, around 20 to 30 liters, 5 to 8 gallons per hour. Over the course of a year, hundreds of thousands of liters of diesel can be burned just from idling alone. The fuel tank of the 797F is a beast of its own. With a capacity of 785 liters, 1,000 gallons, it takes a massive amount of diesel just to fill up. And this isn't a truck that runs for days on a single tank, depending on workload and terrain. A fully fueled 797F can burn through an entire tank in just 10 to 12 hours. That means refueling is a constant part of mining operations, with dedicated fuel trucks working non-stop to keep these giants running. And here's where things get really expensive. With diesel prices fluctuating, the cost of fueling just one 797F can exceed $10,000 per day. Over a year, a single truck can burn through millions of dollars worth of diesel. Now multiply that by an entire fleet of mining trucks, and you begin to see just how much money is poured into fuel. For large mining companies, fuel expenses can reach into the hundreds of millions of dollars annually. Because of this, efficiency is a huge priority. Mining companies are always looking for ways to reduce fuel consumption while maintaining productivity. Some are experimenting with alternative fuels, hybrid technology, and even full electric mining trucks. But for now, diesel remains the only viable option for powering machines of this scale. Caterpillar has also introduced advanced fuel management systems that optimize power usage, ensuring that every drop of fuel is used as efficiently as possible. Some trucks are even equipped with autonomous technology, which can improve fuel efficiency by reducing unnecessary acceleration and braking caused by human error. These small improvements can save mining companies millions in fuel costs over time. But despite all efforts, one fact remains. The Caterpillar 797F is a fuel-guzzling beast, consuming more diesel in a single day than most people will use in a lifetime. It's a necessary trade-off for the sheer power and performance it delivers. In the world of mining, moving massive amounts of material quickly and efficiently means more profit. And for now, burning thousands of liters of diesel every day is simply the cost of doing business. So the next time you fill up your car's gas tank, just remember there's a machine out there that burns through that same amount of fuel in just a couple of minutes. And that machine is the Caterpillar 797F. Size, immense, overwhelming size. The Caterpillar 797F isn't just big, it's gigantic. It's the kind of machine that makes everything around it look tiny. Stand next to one and you'll feel like an insect. Even a full-size pickup truck looks like a toy in comparison. But just how massive is this mining beast? Let's break down the jaw-dropping dimensions of the Caterpillar 797F. First, let's talk height. The 797F stands over 6 meters, 20 feet tall at the cab. That means the driver sits higher than the roof of a 2-story house. And that's just the base height. When the dump bed is fully raised, the truck reaches nearly 15 meters, 50 feet high, taller than a 5-story building. Imagine standing next to something that towers over most houses and even small office buildings. That's the kind of scale we're dealing with. Now let's talk about length. From front to back, the 797F stretches 15 meters, 49 feet. That's longer than a city bus. If you parked 3 SUVs in a row, they still wouldn't match the length of this machine. And it doesn't just take up space in one direction. This truck is also incredibly wide. The 797F measures nearly 10 meters, 32 feet across, meaning it's wider than 2 standard highway lanes combined. If you tried to drive one on a normal road, it would completely block traffic in both directions. Then there's the weight. Even when empty, the 797F weighs a staggering 270 tons. That's more than a fully loaded Boeing 747 jumbo jet. But when it's carrying a full load, that number skyrockets. A fully loaded 797F can weigh up to 687 tons, making it one of the heaviest land vehicles in the world. To put that into perspective, that's heavier than an entire train locomotive. Moving something this massive requires an enormous amount of power, and the 797F delivers. Let's talk about the tires. The 797F rolls on 6 of the biggest tires in the world, each standing over 4 meters, 13 feet tall. That's taller than a fully grown African elephant. These tires are specially designed to withstand the extreme weight and rough terrain of mining operations. They are reinforced with ultra-strong materials to prevent blowouts and wear, and each one costs around $40,000. That means just replacing all 6 tires can cost $250,000. Despite its enormous size, the 797F is surprisingly fast for its weight. It can reach speeds of up to 68 km/h, 42 mph. An impressive feat considering it's heavier than a loaded airplane. Watching a machine this massive move at that speed is something that defies logic. It's like seeing a skyscraper rolling down the road. But here's the crazy part. The 797F is too big to be transported in one piece. When a mining company buys one, it has to be shipped in parts and assembled on site. Massive cranes are needed to put it together, and a team of specialized mechanics works for days just to get it operational. The sheer logistics of moving and assembling a single 797F is a massive job in itself. This truck isn't just big for the sake of being big. Its size is a necessity. Mining operations deal with massive amounts of material, and to move it efficiently, they need machines capable of carrying extreme loads. A single 797F can transport as much material as 50 standard dump trucks combined. That means fewer trips, lower costs, and increased productivity. For mining companies, bigger truly is better. The cabin of the 797F is also built for its massive scale. Inside, the operator sits high above the ground, surrounded by high-tech controls and monitoring systems. The seats are specially designed to provide comfort during long shifts, and the visibility from the cab allows the driver to see across the massive mining site. And with the introduction of autonomous technology, some 797Fs are now running without human drivers, navigating massive mines with GPS and advanced sensors. So what does it feel like to stand next to one? Imagine walking up to a building and realizing it has wheels. The sheer presence of the 797F is intimidating. Every detail of this machine, its towering height, its incredible width, its massive dump bed, commands respect. It's a true engineering marvel, designed to handle the most demanding jobs on Earth. And the best part? The Caterpillar 797F isn't even the end of the line. As mining technology advances, we could see even bigger machines in the future. But for now, the 797F stands as one of the most awe-inspiring mining trucks ever built. Its unreal size and power make it a symbol of human engineering at its absolute best. So the next time you think about big trucks, just remember, there's a machine out there so massive that it makes bulldozers and semi-trucks look like toys. And that machine is the Caterpillar 797F. Speed. It's not something you usually think about when looking at a mining truck that weighs more than a fully loaded Boeing 747. You expect something this massive to crawl forward slowly, struggling under the sheer weight of its load. But here's the shocking truth. The Caterpillar 797F can reach speeds of 68 km/h, 42 km/h. That might not sound fast compared to a sports car, but for a machine this size, it's mind-blowing. How does a truck weighing up to 687 tons move that quickly? And more importantly, how does it stay under control at those speeds? Let's dive into the unexpected velocity of the 797F. First, let's talk about why speed even matters in mining. In large-scale mining operations, time is money. The faster a truck can haul material from one point to another, the more efficient the entire operation becomes. If a truck takes too long to complete a round trip, productivity slows down, fuel costs rise, and profits shrink. That's why Caterpillar designed the 797F to be one of the fastest ultra-class mining trucks in the world. Its ability to maintain high speeds while carrying massive loads gives it a huge advantage over smaller, slower trucks. The key to this surprising speed is the engine. The 797F is powered by a Caterpillar 3516E V16 diesel engine, producing an earth-shaking 4,000 horsepower. This level of power is essential to overcoming the immense weight of the truck, allowing it to build momentum and maintain speed even on rough terrain. Unlike regular vehicles, which rely on quick bursts of acceleration, the 797F builds up speed gradually, gaining momentum as it moves across the mining site. But speed is nothing without control. That's where the 7-speed planetary transmission comes in. Unlike many other mining trucks that use electric drive systems, the 797F has a mechanical transmission that transfers power directly from the engine to the wheels. This allows it to maintain consistent acceleration and prevent power loss, ensuring that the truck can reach its maximum speed even when fully loaded. Each gear shift is carefully engineered to handle the massive torque generated by the engine, preventing sudden jolts that could destabilize the truck. Now let's talk about the terrain. The 797F doesn't operate on smooth highways. It drives across rough, uneven mining roads filled with loose gravel, sharp rocks, and steep inclines. To handle this, the truck is equipped with advanced suspension systems that absorb shocks and maintain stability at high speeds. Without this, driving at 68.8 km/h over rough terrain would be dangerous and nearly impossible. Then there's the tires, one of the most crucial components that make this speed possible. Each of the 6 massive radial tires is over 4 meters, 13 feet tall, and built to withstand enormous amounts of pressure. These tires are reinforced with ultra-durable materials to prevent blowouts, and their advanced tread patterns provide the grip needed to keep the truck steady at high speeds. If any of these tires fail, the consequences could be catastrophic, which is why mining companies carefully monitor and replace them regularly. Now, let's talk about stopping power. When you're carrying hundreds of tons at nearly 70 km/h, bringing the truck to a stop is just as important as getting it moving. The 797F is equipped with massive oil-cooled disc brakes on all four rear wheels, which provide the stopping force needed to slow down this mechanical giant. But braking alone isn't enough. The truck also uses an engine braking system, which helps reduce speed by controlling power output, rather than relying solely on the wheel brakes. Without these advanced braking systems, stopping a fully loaded 797F would be nearly impossible. One of the most dangerous situations in mining operations is high-speed downhill driving. When descending steep roads, gravity increases the truck's momentum, making it even harder to control. That's why the 797F is equipped with automatic retarder controls, which help regulate speed on downhill slopes. This system prevents excessive acceleration, keeping the truck at a safe and manageable speed while minimizing wear on the brakes. But here's where things get even crazier. Autonomous versions of the 797F are now operating in some of the world's largest mines. These self-driving trucks use GPS navigation and advanced sensors to control acceleration, braking and steering without human input. The result? Even greater speed efficiency. Autonomous trucks don't hesitate, get tired, or make mistakes, meaning they can consistently operate at optimal speeds without unnecessary slowdowns. This technology is revolutionizing the mining industry, making operations more efficient while reducing fuel waste and human error. Even though 68 km/h might not seem impressive at first, think about it this way. If you saw a building moving down the road at highway speeds, it would be absolutely terrifying. That's essentially what's happening with the 797F. It's a skyscraper on wheels, defying expectations and proving that even the heaviest machines on Earth can still move at incredible speeds. So the next time you see a mining truck, just remember, there's a machine out there that can haul 400 tons of rock while moving faster than most city buses. And that machine is the Caterpillar 797F. Technology. It's what separates ordinary machines from engineering marvels. And when it comes to mining trucks, the Caterpillar 797F is not just big and powerful, it's also packed with some of the most advanced technology in the industry. From autonomous driving to real-time data monitoring, this truck is more than just a machine. It's a high-tech powerhouse designed to push the limits of what's possible in mining. But what exactly makes it so advanced? How does it use cutting-edge technology to improve efficiency, safety, and performance? Let's dive into the incredible innovations behind the 797F. One of the biggest breakthroughs in mining technology is autonomous operation, and the 797F is at the forefront of this revolution. In some of the world's largest mining sites, fleets of 797Fs are running completely driverless, navigating massive open-pit mines using GPS, radar, and advanced sensors. These trucks don't need human operators. They are programmed to follow precise routes, maintain optimal speeds, and even adjust their movements based on real-time data. The result? Mining operations that are faster, safer, and more efficient. But how does an autonomous 797F actually work? It starts with a network of sensors placed all around the truck. These sensors constantly scan the environment, detecting obstacles, other vehicles, and terrain conditions. Using LiDAR, light detection and ranging technology, the truck can create a real-time 3D map of its surroundings, ensuring that it moves safely without collisions. Meanwhile, GPS tracking keeps the truck on course, guiding it along pre-programmed routes with pinpoint accuracy. Every move is carefully calculated to maximize efficiency while minimizing fuel consumption and wear on the machine. For trucks that still require human operators, technology plays a huge role in improving the driving experience. The 797F is equipped with an advanced monitoring system that provides real-time feedback on everything from fuel efficiency to tire pressure. The truck constantly analyzes data from its engine, transmission, and hydraulic systems, alerting operators and maintenance crews to potential issues before they become serious problems. This predictive maintenance system helps reduce downtime and extends the truck's lifespan, saving mining companies millions of dollars in repair costs. Another key innovation is the electronic control system, which optimizes the truck's performance based on load weight, terrain, and driving conditions. The automatic retarder control, ARC system, helps regulate speed when going downhill, preventing dangerous acceleration and reducing brake wear. The traction control system, TCS, detects wheel slip and automatically adjusts power distribution to maintain stability, even on loose or uneven ground. These systems work together to ensure that the 797F operates at peak efficiency at all times. Safety is another area where technology plays a crucial role. The 797F features collision avoidance systems, which use radar and cameras to detect objects in the truck's path. If an obstacle is detected, the system can alert the driver or even take automatic corrective action to prevent an accident. In high-risk environments like mining, where even small mistakes can lead to catastrophic consequences, these safety features are essential for protecting both workers and equipment. And let's talk about fuel efficiency. With the 797F consuming hundreds of liters of diesel per hour, every drop of fuel matters. That's why Caterpillar has developed smart fuel management systems that optimize combustion, reducing waste and maximizing power output. Some mining companies are even experimenting with hybrid and electric versions of ultra-class trucks, exploring ways to reduce fuel dependency and lower emissions. While the 797F is still a diesel-powered machine, its advanced fuel-saving technologies help mining companies cut costs while maintaining high productivity. Then there's the remote diagnostics and fleet management systems. Modern mining operations don't just rely on individual trucks, they run entire fleets, sometimes with hundreds of 797Fs working together. Using Caterpillar's MineStar TM system, operators can monitor and control multiple trucks from a central command center. This system provides live data on fuel levels, route efficiency, engine performance, and even tire conditions, allowing companies to make real-time adjustments that improve overall productivity. And the technology doesn't stop at the truck itself. Even the manufacturing process of the 797F is a feat of engineering. Every part of the truck is built with precision robotics and advanced materials, ensuring that it can withstand the extreme demands of mining operations. The truck's frame is made from ultra-durable steel, engineered to handle enormous stress without cracking or warping. The tires are reinforced with cutting-edge compounds that provide maximum durability and resistance to punctures. Every component is designed to last, reducing the need for constant replacements and repairs. Looking ahead, the future of mining trucks is only going to get more advanced. As artificial intelligence, machine learning, and electric power continue to evolve, we may soon see a new generation of ultra-class trucks that are fully electric, completely autonomous, and even more efficient than ever before. Caterpillar is already working on next-level innovations that could redefine the industry, making mining safer, more sustainable, and more profitable. So the next time you see the Caterpillar 797F, don't just think of it as a truck. Think of it as a technological masterpiece, a machine that combines raw power with cutting-edge intelligence to push the boundaries of what's possible in modern mining. Whether it's driving itself, monitoring its own systems, or optimizing its fuel efficiency, the 797F is proof that even the biggest machines can be smart, efficient, and built for the future. Money. That's what drives the mining industry, and the Caterpillar 797F is one of the most profitable machines in the business. It's not just a truck, it's a money-making powerhouse, capable of moving massive amounts of material every single day. But how much money does this beast actually generate? How do mining companies justify the millions of dollars spent on buying, fueling, and maintaining these machines? Let's break down the numbers and see just how profitable the 797F really is. First, let's start with the basics. The Caterpillar 797F is designed to haul up to 400 tons of material per trip. In large mining operations, these trucks typically complete 4 to 6 trips per hour, depending on the distance and terrain. That means a single 797F can move around 1,600 to 2,400 tons of material every hour. Over the course of a 12-hour shift, that's anywhere from 19,000 to 28,000 tons of ore or rock transported by just one truck. Now, let's talk about the value of the material being hauled. In a gold mine, for example, the average grade of ore can range from 1 to 5 grams of gold per ton. If we take an average of 2 grams per ton, that means a fully loaded 797F could be carrying up to 800 grams, 28 ounces, of gold per trip. At current gold prices, that's worth around $56,000 per load. If the truck makes 50 trips per shift, that's $2.8 million worth of gold moved in a single day by just one truck. And keep in mind, mining companies run these trucks 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Of course, not every mining operation is about gold. In copper mines, where copper sells for around $8,000 per ton, a fully loaded 797F carrying 400 tons of copper ore could be transporting material worth $3.2 million per trip. In iron ore mining, where prices fluctuate around $120 per ton, a single truck could be hauling $48,000 worth of iron ore per trip, or nearly $2.4 million per day. Now multiply this by an entire fleet. Large mining sites don't just have 1 or 2 of these trucks. They have dozens, sometimes even hundreds, operating at the same time. A fleet of 50 Caterpillar 797Fs working around the clock could be responsible for moving billions of dollars worth of material every year. The sheer scale of these operations is mind-blowing. But making money isn't just about hauling valuable material. It's about efficiency. The 797F is designed to minimize downtime and maximize output, ensuring that mining companies get the highest possible return on their investment. Every minute a truck is out of service costs thousands of dollars, so mining companies invest heavily in maintenance and fuel management to keep them running at peak efficiency. Let's talk about operating costs. Fuel is one of the biggest expenses. A single 797F burns through 8,000 liters to 100 gallons of diesel per day, costing around $10,000 daily in fuel alone. Over the course of a year, that's more than $3.5 million in fuel costs per truck. Then there's maintenance. Each truck requires regular servicing, tire replacements and part upgrades, adding millions more in annual expenses. Despite these costs, the 797F is still one of the most profitable investments in mining. Why? Because of its ability to move massive amounts of material faster than any other truck. A mining company that invests in a fleet of 797Fs can extract and transport more valuable resources in less time at a lower cost per ton, which ultimately increases profit margins. And here's where things get even more impressive. Autonomous technology is making these trucks even more profitable. Self-driving versions of the 797F can operate without human drivers, reducing labor costs, eliminating shift changes, and optimizing fuel consumption. This means mines can run at higher efficiency 24/7 with fewer expenses, leading to even bigger profits. But the money-making power of the 797F goes beyond just the mines. The mining industry itself fuels entire economies. The materials these trucks transport are used in everything from construction and electronics to transportation and infrastructure. Without machines like the 797F, industries around the world would grind to a halt. So, how much money does the Caterpillar 797F generate? The answer depends on what it's hauling and where it's working, but one thing is clear. This is a machine built for profit. Whether it's moving gold, copper, iron, or other valuable materials, every trip it makes is worth thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars. Over the course of its lifetime, a single 797F could be responsible for transporting billions of dollars worth of resources. So the next time you see a massive mining truck, just remember, it's not just a machine. It's a money-making machine, responsible for moving the raw materials that keep the world running. And at the center of it all is the Caterpillar 797F, one of the most powerful, efficient, and profitable mining trucks ever built. The Caterpillar 797F is more than just a truck. It's a true engineering marvel built for power, speed, efficiency, and massive profits. From its mind-blowing size to its advanced technology, this machine dominates the mining world like no other. But now, we want to hear from you. What part of the 797F impressed you the most? Comment below and let us know. And if you love Extreme Machines, don't forget to subscribe to Extreme Machines Hub, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends. Stay tuned for more jaw-dropping content on the world's most incredible machines.